What would you think if I told you that the month you were born is not just a mark on the calendar, but a profound key to understanding who you are? That very moment you arrived in the world is imbued with hidden meanings, unique energies, and clues that reveal essential aspects of your personality, your dreams, and the purpose that guides your life. Since ancient times, various cultures have explored this connection between the moment of birth and destiny, understanding that it is not a coincidence, but an alignment of forces greater than we can imagine. Great minds like Carl Jung delved into this idea, suggesting that our birth is intrinsically linked to the collective unconscious and the influence of universal cycles. Jung believed that the patterns governing our lives are not random, but part of a cosmic dance of meaning and symbolism. Through his exploration of deep psychology and astrology, he proposed that each person is born at a moment that reflects their mission, challenges, and gifts. Imagine that your birth month is not just a date, but a compass that can help you find direction in the midst of uncertainty. How many times have you felt that there is something more behind your personality, your inclinations, and the paths you choose? This is the moment to discover it. Throughout history, different traditions have maintained that the universe communicates with us through symbols, rhythms, and patterns inscribed in time. Astrology, for example, has studied for centuries how planets and seasons influence the essence of each human being. But beyond astrology, Jung invites us to observe our birth month as a reflection of our deepest psyche, a mirror that reveals our inner strengths and areas for growth. Think about nature. Each season has a purpose. Winter invites introspection, spring brings new beginnings, summer fosters expansion, and autumn calls for reflection. Similarly, the month you were born carries a particular energy that influences how you face life, your relationships, and the way you pursue your goals. Have you noticed how certain times of the year seem to resonate with you in a special way? That is not a coincidence. The moment of your birth left an energetic imprint that accompanies you throughout your life, silently guiding you in the search for your true path. Today, I invite you to open your mind and heart to this possibility. Exploring the meaning of your birth month is not just an exercise in self-knowledge, but a powerful tool to align your life with your true essence. When you understand the inherent qualities of your birth month, you can use them to make more conscious decisions, improve your relationships, and develop your full potential. This knowledge has the power to transform how you see yourself and how you face the challenges life presents. So before moving forward, take a moment to reflect. What do you hope to discover? What aspects of yourself do you think have been shaped by the moment you were born? By opening this door, you embark on a journey of self-discovery that may forever change the way you understand your purpose in the world. If you are ready for this transformation, write your birth month in the comments and stay with me, because what you are about to learn could be the spark you need to build the life you have always dreamed of. Since ancient times, civilizations have understood that the moment we are born is not mere coincidence, but a manifestation of a greater order, an alignment of invisible forces that shape our essence. Ancestral cultures, from Babylon to Egypt, observed the skies and found in time a secret language, a cosmic symphony that influences every human being in ways we are only beginning to understand. And it is not only ancient traditions that held this idea. In more recent times, the renowned psychologist Carl Jung deeply explored the connection between the individual and the patterns of the universe, suggesting that the month of birth is much more than just a detail on a document. It is a symbol filled with meaning, a key piece in the puzzle of our identity. Jung believed that we live immersed in a collective unconscious, a vast network of symbols and meanings that transcend the personal and intertwine with the history of humanity. According to his vision, we are born at a time when certain archetypal energies are at their peak, shaping our inclinations, talents, and even the challenges we face throughout life. These energies not only manifest in the individual psyche, but are also reflected in the environment, in the rhythms of nature, in the seasons, and in the cycles of time. The month you were born in holds a specific vibration that resonates with your way of being, influencing how you see the world and how you interact with it. This is not about superstition or magic, but about recognizing that universal patterns operate in our lives in subtle yet powerful ways. Ancestral astrology has always pointed out that those born at different times of the year possess unique qualities that set them apart. And while modern science may look at these ideas with skepticism, it is undeniable that certain times of the year evoke different emotions and attitudes in people. Jung invites us to reflect on this, to consider how the environment in which we are born and grow influences our psychology, our motivations, and the way we face life. When we begin to explore the meaning of our birth month, we realize that the answers we seek outside have always been within us. Understanding the characteristics associated with our birth month is not an act of limitation, but an opportunity to know ourselves better, to discover our innate gifts, and to use them consciously. Perhaps you have always felt drawn to certain paths without understanding why, or you have faced recurring challenges that seem to follow you as if they were part of an invisible plan. When we observe our birth month from this perspective, we realize that each person carries within them a hidden map that can help them navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. Each month of the year vibrates with a different energy that influences us in both subtle and profound ways. People born in the early months of the year tend to have an inclination toward new beginnings, with a mindset focused on forging new paths and leading with determination. Those who come into the world in the middle months often seek stability, balance, and a deeper connection between the material world and the spiritual. Those born in the later months tend to possess introspective wisdom, with a need to find meaning in everything they do, bringing light and transformation to their surroundings. When we look at our lives through the lens of our birth month, we find patterns that previously went unnoticed. You may discover that certain situations repeat, that certain actions reflect specific lessons, or that your greatest strength lies in qualities you had never fully recognized. Understanding these dynamics allows you to act with greater awareness, aligning with your nature instead of fighting against it. This is not about putting ourselves into rigid categories, but about using this wisdom as a tool to maximize our potential. Exploring the influence of our birth month is like opening a door to a deeper understanding of who we are and what we can contribute to the world. It is an invitation to look beyond the obvious and to discover that each of us is part of a greater design, a design that provides valuable clues about how to live with purpose and authenticity. Now the question is, are you ready to discover what your birth month reveals about you? January is the month where everything begins, where life pushes forward from the remnants of the past, marking a new cycle full of possibilities. If you were born in January, you carry within you the essence of a pioneer, someone who does not fear taking the first step into the unknown. The energy of this month is one of leadership, determination, and an unbreakable will to achieve goals. Within you is an innate force that drives you to open paths, to inspire others, and to stand firm even in the midst of uncertainty. However, this same intensity can become a challenge. You often feel that you must carry more than your fair share, that the weight of the world rests on your shoulders, and that in some way others depend on you to move forward. But it is important to remember that true leadership is not about doing everything alone. It is about learning to delegate, to trust, and to allow others to grow alongside you. The deepest lesson for those born in January is finding balance between constant action and necessary rest. Not everything has to be an exhausting effort. Sometimes, letting go of control is the most powerful act you can take. February, on the other hand, brings a different energy, a softer vibration, yet no less powerful. If you were born in this month, You are a creative, intuitive soul, deeply connected to emotions, both your own and those of others. Sensitivity is your greatest gift, though it can also be your greatest challenge. You have a unique ability to understand what others feel, to offer support and comfort without needing words. Within you lies an inexhaustible source of love and empathy, a quality that makes you a natural healer. However, in your desire to give, to care, and to be there for others, you often forget that you also need attention, that your well-being is just as important as that of those you help. Life teaches you that you cannot fill others' cups if yours is empty. Therefore, the key for you is to learn to set boundaries, to recognize when it is time to step back and recharge your own energy. Accepting that self-care is not selfish, but a form of self-love is the greatest lesson you can incorporate into your life. When you find that balance, your ability to inspire and uplift others multiplies, allowing you to create healthier and more authentic relationships. March is the month of dreamers, of those who feel a deep connection with the unseen, with the mysteries that lie beyond the surface of reality. If you were born in March, you may often feel like you belong to another world, a place where intuition, spirituality, and imagination are your main tools for navigating life. There is a special sensitivity in you, an innate ability to pick up on emotions and energies that others do not perceive. Life, for you, is a constant discovery, a search for meaning beyond the tangible. However, this connection to the ethereal can become overwhelming. You often absorb the emotions of those around you, leaving you feeling drained or disconnected from your own center. Your greatest lesson is to learn how to protect your energy, to establish boundaries that allow you to preserve your essence without losing your ability to connect with others. Creativity is your best ally. Activities such as music, writing, or art help you channel your sensitivity into something tangible and beautiful. Finding spaces for introspection, where you can reconnect with yourself without external interference, is essential for your well-being. When you manage to harmonize your inner world with external reality, you become a source of inspiration, reminding others of the importance of dreaming and believing in what cannot be seen. April is the month of those who carry fire in their souls, of those who do not wait for things to happen but make them a reality. If you were born in April, you hold within you a vibrant and powerful energy that drives you to take action, to move forward with passion, and to turn every idea into a tangible project. You are the kind of person who does not fear taking the initiative, who sees challenges as opportunities, and who faces life with unwavering determination. Your spirit is bold, full of enthusiasm, and you rarely hesitate when you feel something is worthwhile. However, this intensity can also become a challenge when impatience gets in your way. Sometimes the desire to move forward quickly leads you to make hasty decisions without analyzing the bigger picture, which may cause you to stumble where it was not necessary. Life invites you to find a balance between action and reflection, to discover that true strength is not only in constantly moving, but also in knowing when to pause, observe, and adjust your course. Learning to listen to your intuition and making room for patience will allow you to move forward with greater clarity and purpose, ensuring that each step you take brings you closer to what you truly want to build. May brings an energy of stability and a search for meaning, a connection between the practical and the spiritual that defines those born in this month. If you were born in May, you likely have a deep desire to build a solid life with firm foundations and a clear purpose. You have a unique ability to find harmony in the everyday, to combine life's practicality with a constant longing for something greater, something that transcends the material. You value security both emotionally and materially, and you strive to create an environment where you and those around you can feel balanced. However, this attachment to stability can sometimes become a barrier. The fear of change, the need for control, and resistance to letting go of the familiar can prevent you from moving toward new opportunities waiting to be discovered. Life teaches you that true balance is not in clinging to what is safe, but in knowing when it is time to let go so that new experiences can flourish. When you allow yourself to create space, you discover that every transformation brings the possibility of a fuller version of yourself, and that true growth is born from trusting your ability to adapt and evolve. June is the month of explorers, of those who see life as a constant journey of discovery and learning. If you were born in June, you carry within you an insatiable curiosity, a desire to experience, to know, and to absorb the world in all its diversity. Your energy is free, fluid, and adaptable, always seeking new experiences that help expand your mind and worldview. For you, each day is an opportunity to discover something new, to reinvent yourself, and to explore possibilities that others might not even consider. However, this same desire to explore can lead you to become scattered, to start many things without finishing them, or to feel overwhelmed by the number of options before you. Life invites you to find a balance between your desire for movement and the need for commitment. Learning to identify what truly ignites your passion and focusing on it will allow you to make the most of your energy and creativity without feeling like you are jumping from one experience to another without direction. When you manage to connect your explorer spirit with a clear purpose, you become a source of inspiration for others, showing that the true adventure is not only external, but also in the internal journey of self-discovery. July is the month of those born with immense hearts, generous souls, whose essence is defined by their deep capacity to care for and protect those they love. If you were born in July, you have likely felt a natural inclination to be a refuge for others, the shoulder where people find comfort, and the presence that brings security in the most difficult moments. The warmth you radiate is like a beacon in the darkness, guiding those around you toward a space of understanding and unconditional support. However, this same dedication can become a burden if you do not learn to take care of yourself with the same devotion you show to others. Those born in this month often tend to put their own needs on the back burner, believing that their purpose is to support others without realizing that they also need emotional nourishment. Learning to set boundaries and recognize that their well-being is essential to continue giving their best is one of the most important lessons life presents them. When they find that balance, their ability to love and support multiplies, providing an even stronger and more authentic presence. August, on the other hand, is the month of those destined to shine with intensity, radiating a magnetic energy that naturally attracts others. If you were born in this month, you likely feel an innate connection with the idea of standing out, inspiring, and leading with enthusiasm. There is a genuine confidence in you that drives you to take on challenges with courage, to take initiative, and to be a constant source of motivation for those around you. Your presence fills any space, and your charisma has the power to illuminate even the darkest moments. However, this need for recognition and approval can become a double-edged sword if you start relying too much on external validation. The true challenge for those born in August is learning to find their worth within themselves, to recognize their achievements without needing the approval of others, and to build self-esteem that does not depend on praise, but on the certainty of their own potential. When they align with their true essence, their light becomes an authentic source of inspiration, showing others that true leadership does not lie in being admired, but in empowering those around them to discover their own light. September is the month of the perfectionists of the universe, those who feel a deep connection with excellence and the need to do things in the best possible way. If you were born in this month, you likely possess an exceptional attention to detail, a unique ability to see what others overlook, and an unwavering commitment to quality in everything you do. You are like an artisan who dedicates time and effort to every aspect of life, ensuring that every piece fits perfectly. Your analytical mind and dedication allow you to create solid structures, lasting projects, and an environment where precision and order reign. However, that same pursuit of perfection can become a constant source of dissatisfaction if you do not learn to accept that beauty is also found in imperfection. Often, harsh self-criticism and the desire to reach impossible standards can generate a sense of frustration that prevents you from enjoying your achievements. The most important lesson for those born in September is to learn to be more compassionate with themselves, to value progress rather than absolute perfection, and to recognize that every step, no matter how small, is a significant advancement. When they manage to let go of the need to control everything and accept that the process is just as valuable as the final result, they find an inner peace that drives them to keep growing without the pressure of perfection. October is the month of those who carry within them a deep desire for harmony and balance. People who feel a special connection with justice and the pursuit of truth in every aspect of life. If you were born in this month, you probably have an innate need for everything around you to be in sync, for relationships, projects, and even your own thoughts to find a middle ground where calm and understanding prevail. Your essence is marked by a great sensitivity to the emotions of others, making you a natural mediator, someone who always seeks fair solutions and has the ability to see all perspectives before making a decision. However, this same ability can often make you feel trapped in indecision, analyzing every possibility in an attempt to find the perfect option. Life, however, does not always offer clear answers, and learning to trust your intuition is one of the greatest challenges you face. Understanding that not all decisions will be perfect and that every choice brings an opportunity for growth is key to finding the inner peace you long for. When you embrace uncertainty and act with confidence, you discover that true harmony is not in the absence of conflict, but in the way you choose to face it with serenity and determination. November is the month of introspection, of those who feel a deep connection with the mysteries of life and possess a vision that goes beyond the surface. If you were born in this month, you likely have an introspective nature, an unceasing desire to understand what lies behind every experience, and an innate ability to uncover hidden truths that others overlook. Your inner world is vast and complex, filled with questions that do not always have immediate answers, but that drive you to seek meaning in every step you take. This connection with depth makes you a magnetic person, someone who draws others in with their aura of mystery and silent wisdom. However, this same intensity can sometimes lead you to isolate yourself, keeping emotions and thoughts to yourself for fear of being misunderstood. The most important lesson life offers you is to learn to trust in vulnerability, to understand that showing your true essence is not a sign of weakness, but of courage. When you allow others to enter your world without fear, you discover that true transformation occurs not only in introspection, but also in connection with those around you. December is the month of expansion, of those souls who radiate joy, generosity, and an unparalleled ability to see life from an optimistic perspective. If you were born in December, you carry within you a warm energy, a spark that lights up any space, and the gift of inspiring others with your enthusiasm and faith in the future. There is within you an unwavering belief in the power of dreams, a natural confidence that anything is possible if approached with the right attitude. Your presence is a source of inspiration for those around you, reminding them that life is full of opportunities and that there is always something to be grateful for. However, amid this generosity and desire to share, there is a risk of forgetting yourself, of giving so much to others that you end up exhausted, without reserving enough energy for your own needs. Life invites you to find a balance between giving and receiving, to understand that taking care of yourself does not make you less generous, but rather strengthens your ability to continue sharing your light. When you learn to establish healthy boundaries and honor your own well-being, you discover that you can continue expanding without losing your essence or your vital energy. Each of these months offers us a valuable lesson about life and the way we relate to the world. January reminds us of the importance of leadership with balance. February teaches us the power of empathy without losing sight of self-love. March invites us to explore the mysteries of our soul without neglecting our own protection. April reminds us that action must be accompanied by reflection, that it is not just about moving, but about doing so wisely. May teaches us that true security is not found in external factors, but in our ability to adapt and flow with change. June shows us that the world is full of infinite possibilities, but the key lies in choosing the ones that resonate with our true purpose. Those born in July learn to find strength in their own vulnerability, understanding that the love they give to others must first begin within themselves. Those born in August discover that their true radiance does not depend on validation from others, but on the authenticity with which they live their purpose. And those who come into the world in September understand that perfection is not the final destination, but the journey in which one learns to value every step, every mistake, and every achievement with gratitude. October reminds us of the importance of trusting our judgment and finding peace amid uncertainty. November invites us to delve into our essence, to explore our own mysteries without fear, and to share our truth with others. December teaches us that true abundance lies in balance, in knowing when it is time to give and when it is time to receive. Exploring the meaning of your birth month is not just an exercise in curiosity, but an invitation to know yourself more deeply, to discover the tools you arrived in this world with, and to use them in the best possible way. Each month carries a series of gifts and challenges, and by understanding them, you can live with greater authenticity. Aligning your actions with your deepest purpose, understanding the meaning of the month you were born in, is just the first step on a much deeper journey toward building the life you desire. Knowing what energies have accompanied you since birth gives you a powerful advantage, the ability to use them consciously to make decisions aligned with your true purpose. Often people live disconnected from their essence, struggling against their own nature instead of embracing it and allowing themselves to be guided by it. However, when you begin to recognize the qualities that define you, you realize that everything in your life can transform if you learn to channel those energies intentionally. Each of us is made up of a unique combination of gifts, challenges, and lessons that, when understood, can become tools to move forward with greater clarity. The energy of your birth month is not there to limit or define you, but to offer a starting point from which you can explore new possibilities. If you have felt that certain patterns repeat in your life, that you face the same obstacles over and over again, it is possible that there are aspects of your own essence that you have not yet fully understood. The key lies in looking inward, in identifying how those natural tendencies can be used to your advantage instead of becoming barriers that hold you back. Applying this knowledge in your daily life means recognizing how these characteristics influence the way you relate to others, make decisions, and face challenges. Some people find their strength in introspection, while others thrive in constant action. Some need stability and structure, while others feel their true purpose is revealed through exploration and change. There is no single path or definitive answer, but when you begin to understand yourself from this perspective, you discover that you can shape your reality with greater awareness. The life you want to build is not out of reach, but it requires a deep commitment to yourself. By understanding the qualities that define you according to your birth month, you can set goals more aligned with your nature and work toward them from a place of authenticity. This does not mean that everything will be easy or that you will not face challenges, but you will have the clarity needed to face them from a place of confidence and self-awareness. How you choose to use this information is entirely up to you, but the opportunity is present in every choice you make. Self-knowledge is one of the most powerful tools for personal transformation. When you allow yourself to explore your inner world without judgment, you begin to see more clearly the areas in which you need to grow and the strengths that can propel you toward your dreams. It is not about changing who you are, but about integrating every aspect of yourself into a more authentic and conscious version of who you are meant to be. Learning to honor your unique energy is the first step in manifesting a more fulfilling and meaningful life. The process of consciously creating your life begins with small steps, daily decisions that bring you closer to the best version of yourself. From how you choose to face challenges to the way you build relationships and pursue your goals, every action taken from a place of self-awareness has the power to transform your reality. When you start applying this wisdom to your everyday life, you realize that you do not need to seek answers outside because they have always been within you. Each day is a new opportunity to align with the energy of your being and work on what will help you reach your highest potential. It does not matter how far you feel from your goals or how many obstacles have appeared on your path. What matters is remembering that every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to a more authentic life, aligned with your purpose. The journey of self-discovery you have embarked on by exploring the meaning of your birth month is only the beginning of a deeper transformation. With every reflection, with every connection you make between your essence and the experiences you have lived, you start to see that everything in your life has had a purpose. Understanding yourself through this new perspective allows you to recognize that every quality you possess, every challenge you have faced, and every strength you have developed is part of a greater plan, one that unfolds with every decision you make. Accepting this wisdom is an act of courage because it means looking at yourself with honesty, recognizing both your light and your shadow, and taking responsibility for using this understanding to grow. It is easy to be carried away by routine, by the expectations of others, and by the demands of daily life. But when you choose to connect with the truth of who you are, everything begins to change. You realize that you do not need to be someone different, but simply allow yourself to be, with all the richness that your own energy brings to the world. Every step you take toward greater alignment with your essence opens new opportunities. By understanding your own nature, you begin to make more conscious decisions. Surround yourself with people who resonate with your true frequency and build a life that reflects your deepest values. It is not about achieving unattainable perfection, but about living with authenticity, accepting that every moment is an opportunity to learn and evolve. The process of self-discovery is not a final destination, but a constantly expanding journey. There will be moments of clarity and others of doubt, times when you feel in tune with everything and others when it seems you have lost your way. But in every experience, there is a lesson waiting to be understood, an invitation to return to yourself and remember that the knowledge of your own being is the most reliable compass you can have. If you have made it this far, it is because within you exists a genuine desire to know yourself better, to live more fully, and to make use of the tools life has given you to keep growing. Allow yourself to keep exploring, questioning, and discovering new ways to apply this knowledge in your daily life. Every small change you make, every action taken with awareness of who you are, has the power to transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Now is your time to share, to express what you have discovered about yourself, and to connect with others who, like you, are on this journey of self-knowledge. If this reflection has resonated with you, if you have found something valuable in it, leave a comment and share your experience. And since you are still here, subscribe so we can meet again.